In Shanghai, the biggest metropolis in China and the country's commercial capital, city life is under a global spotlight. As host city to this year's colossal World Expo, central Shanghai has been transformed into a playground of nations. In a vast area plumb in the centre of the city, some 200 countries are busy projecting images of life at their place, stories of their people, and the future of their cities. But outside Expo walls, a city of the future has already arrived. Home to more than 19 million, the city sprawls outwards and upwards. Among the masses pounding these streets is one New Zealand artist offering up her own interpretation of Shanghai's urban life. Her new works, on display in Shanghai, show the city through Kiwi eyes.
It's very artificial, you know, it's fantastic and it's seductive. Like good cities should be.
Nestled in the leafy streets of the former French concession, not far from the skyscrapers and apartment blocks, Wellingtonian Kerry Ann Lee has a solo exhibition in a small, private gallery. Based on her experiences of living in the city as an artist in residence for 3 months last year, AM Park is her response to a city undergoing profound change.
The idea around the AM Park was to create a green space where people would be able to kind of have as an annex, a green annex, to come and just reflect and time out from being in the concrete city.
So I guess in a way it's a response to this point in time in Shanghai, on occasion of coinciding with the Expo.
Tonight is the opening night of AM Park. Kerry Ann has done much of the work for the exhibition from her new home in Dunedin, where she teaches at Otago Polytechnic School of Design. The memories of a science fiction-esque city changing the contours of its human-made face was something she was compelled to explore in a series of montaged prints produced at home. But installing a real-life green space in the heart of this city could only be done right here with the help of a few good friends.
The grass came about because when I was sort of walking around Shanghai last year, I was really, anytime I needed some chill out time in the city, I was looking for a park to eat my lunch. And I'd find parks, but you couldn't sit on them and you couldn't hang out and lie around, read a book. And that sort of, for me, that was the ultimate piece of solitude and space. So in a way, it's sort of like reclaiming space, or the idea of a green space in the city by turning the gallery into a park.
I think she is a very great artist with power and fresh idea and soul activity, and she with a lot of passion and always with a very, a lot of love inside. Yeah, that's the point, really touched me a lot.
For Kerry Ann, her Shanghai encounter last year as an artist in residence at Island 6 Art Centre presented its own issues for a New Zealander of Chinese descent here on her own for the first time.
Just having sort of funny freak-out moments in the subway, in the sense of like moving with a sea of people with black hair, and just that you have to keep moving, otherwise you're going to get squished. It's amazing, just being part of the kind of flow of the city. I've had a real range of experiences and a lot of sort of odd and interesting public experiences, really phenomenal. But then there's this kind of disconnect in terms of the language. So there's it's been quite funny being welcomed with open arms in some ways, but then there's this funny disconnect.
Descended from Cantonese immigrants who swapped Guangzhou for New Zealand decades ago, Kerry Ann, visiting China today, finds herself looking like a local, but unable to speak like one.
It's been fascinating, and the people that I've really enjoyed and their company and have been really wonderful to work with here are very patient with me, I think. And I think there's a really keen sense of interest and curiosity in what goes on outside the city and outside of China. And I think that's really, really positive and, you know, really heartening.
Kerry Ann's Shanghai-inspired exhibition is likely to get an airing in New Zealand sometime in the next year.